Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will try to explain relation between bond price and bond yield. As we know that bond price is inversely proportional to bond yield. That is, if the bond price increases, the bond yield decreases, or if the bond price goes on decreasing, the bond yield goes on increasing. So, to understand the relation between the bond price and bond yield, let us try to first understand about what is the bond. Here, the bond is the financial debt instrument where the issuer or the borrower means that a person or entity who needs money will issue the bond, and in return, he has to pay interest to the bond on regular intervals, typically a year. Now, let's see about the bond yield. Here, the bond yield is the return an investor expects to receive on the bond investment. For our convenience, I made it in very simple steps. For example, if there is a bond, that is, a bond face value consisting of 10,000 rupees, and the interest rate on the bond is, let us say, for example, 10% interest, and a person A is buying a bond at the rate of 10,000 rupees when the interest rate is 10% at the annual interest rate. Now, let us see, for a year, he will get 1000 rupees as the interest rate in return. So, after some time, means after gaining some profits, A wants to sell the bond and some other person wants to buy the bond, let's say B. Now, B bought the bond from A at the price of 9000 rupees. Here, you should understand that the interest rate on the bond is for the face value of the bond. So, here B will get 1000 rupees every year as the interest rate. Now, let's compare both A and B in terms of investment. That is the bond price which they invested for the bond and returns they get at the last, that is the bond yield. Here, A bought the bond for 10,000 rupees and get 1000 as interest every year. Now, B bought the bond for 9000 rupees and getting same interest like A, that is 1000 rupees per year. If we see the yield, A got 10% yield on the price he invested and B got 11.1%, which is greater than A. If we observe clearly, the bond price from A to B is decreased, that is 10,000 to 9,000 rupees, and the bond yield is increased from 10% to 11.1% from A to B. So, if the bond price from A to B is increased, then the bond yield will decrease. Now we can say that the bond price is decreased and the bond yield increased. So likewise, if the bond price is increased, then the bond yield will decreased. That is how the inverse relation works between bond price and bond yield. Hope you get my points and the video is informative to you. Thanks for watching.